Speaking of Zionism and
Yep.
anti-Semitism, we had a great lecture come out this week from Professor Jiang.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone out there has
Shout out Professor Jiang.
has cottoned onto this dude, but he's a Yale-educated Canadian bloke who's also Chinese, giving lectures in English about his version of history, or an alternate reading of history, which includes a huge accent on the role that secret societies have played and secret organizations. His most recent episode, one of his most recent episodes, touches on this novel by Benjamin Disraeli that is fascinating because it is basically reflective of all the tropes of anti-Semitism there are. The idea that there are crypto-Jews in charge of the world. Disraeli himself was the first Jewish Prime Minister of Great Britain, and he was someone who converted to Anglicanism after later in life, so to perhaps cover up his Jewishness. But the whole novel is basically about the whole idea that the world is run by a secret society of Jews.
Yes.
And Disraeli was a great confidant of Louis de Rothschilds, who was his main political sponsor, paid for everything that he did, and is largely credited with getting him into office.
Coningsby, is that the name of the book?
Coningsby, yeah.
Yeah. This was presented in the lecture. Now, the lecture, if you guys want to go on YouTube, look this up. It's called Secret History, number 27, Empire of Evil.
By Professor Jiang.
Professor
Much love
Jiang.
to Professor
Yeah.
Jiang.
Now, what's really cool about Professor Jiang, his YouTube channel is not monetized. So if you enjoy his lectures, please, on various platforms he's got, just flick him a few dollars. He does this for free.
Professor Jiang rules.
Yeah.
The idea is that it goes so deep with the crypto Jews that even the Spanish Inquisition, which was the Catholic Church's secret hunt to ferret out Jews, was run by crypto Jews.
Well,
this is the argument Disraeli puts forward. He believes that Jews are a superior kind of species, because they've had such pure breeding lines up through history, and that they work in secret, and that the world that you see on television has basically nothing to do with the world as it is in actual fact, because it's mostly a pantomime being run by the Rothschild family and other. Yeah. And I mean, it's just interesting to think, though, isn't it? When you get back to this idea of anti-Semitism, this is where so many of the tropes began.
Yes.
The Rothschilds being behind everything, the Rothschild having financed the activities of various revolutionaries. But we have an interesting question, don't we, Sard? This is why I wanted to bring this up in this context. If you were to put on as a play for an amateur theatre society tomorrow, a production of this novel, would that be banned as hate speech these days? A novel by the first Jew to be Prime Minister of Great Britain. We're getting very close to that point, are we not?
I think it would be. It would have to be banned.
That's the Australia we're heading towards, I reckon.
Jews.